Hi guys, I'm Marticore, and if there are any very old school viewers of mine here, maybe you guys even recognize this house? So this is the Sims 3 Saves Retrospect. And today I'm coming to you with a save file where I finished a legacy challenge, so I have a family of 10 generations, and this family has appeared a few times on this channel. There's even, I believe there is a special playlist for this family specifically. So maybe some of you remember the Miltons. Ba, 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 ba. Nothing to do with The Simpsons though. By the way, pro tip, if you don't want any interface to show, but you also don't want to be in tab mode, just press F10. This is something that I've been doing a lot lately, especially that in tab you still see the task that your sim is doing, so it's not perfect. So anyway, the first thing I want to do, since this is an old save that has a lot of Sims in it, like you'll see, I want to actually reset the town. I definitely need that. How do I do that? I need to also do this. Let's make it 5 levels of family tree because it will look absolutely epic. When I set it to 6, in some places I couldn't even get out of the family tree because the interface was so big, it was beyond the screen. I only used the master controller reset 2 times overall, I think, so I am not sure where that is. Probably not in settings though. Reset everything, thank you. So I will also do a little bit more of an introduction during this time because I am sure that this will take a lot of time to reset everything in this town. So this is a save that I had somewhere between August and December 2014. So it was when Sims 4 already came out, but I didn't really care that much. Even though I bought the game at the premiere, but whatever. I was also playing a lot of Sims 2 back then, and this channel was already here at that time. It was 8 years ago. So I did these little montages of the Miltons. That was the generation 4, 5, and 6, I believe. Before that, I would also post a lot on the Sims Facebook group. Those posts are still there. If you look for hashtag the Miltons, you will get my very old posts from 8 years ago about this family. And I will also be showing you screenshots which are actually saved from those posts that I dug up because I was searching everywhere and I don't have those screenshots anymore. On any portable drive, anything. They just went poof. I don't know how that happened, but I just don't have them. So good I was posting a lot about this family because there are a lot of screenshots on the internet. There was this thing that some people wanted to be tagged in those posts, because they were really engaged in the Milton family. I even had a fan page on Facebook for this family, and this is also a source of some of the screenshots. I only posted a few stories of the first and second generation, maybe third as well, and then just shut down the page. Okay, so 17,647 objects were reset. That's cool. Maybe it won't lag so much. As an extension of those posts, I would also record something and put it up on YouTube for the people from the Sims group pretty much to watch, Also, there is a pretty popular video of mine where I show the family tree of this family, the 10 generations family tree, but I want to go in depth with it and show you talk about all the heirs of this family, show you the family tree, talk about their traits and aspirations and everything. And just anything that I can squeeze from my memory because Well, I didn't really remember much until I made a video about it recently on my Polish channel because one viewer requested it. And it was supposed to be a part of another video, but it ended up being a separate video. It's a whole story, but so I refreshed a lot of things because I actually resurrected the heirs in that video. I won't be doing this now because it's a freaking mess. Just so you know, you can do that very easily with, where's the cemetery? With the debug enabler from NREST if you have it. It's just options remains and you can resurrect it right here. And the sim just appears in your family. I also had to change the looks of The Sims a little bit, and then I saved it again because I had a lot of custom content that I don't have anymore. I think when I played the Miltons, which is like probably one of my newest save, really, because it was like pretty much the last thing I played in The Sims 3. Then I switched to The Sims 2 full time, and a little bit of The Sims 4 sometimes. Usually out of obligation to make a video for my Polish channel, honestly. But yeah, like that means that this is actually like one of the freshest save files that I have, even though it's 8 years old, I remind you. I started the Miltons not long after I bought the game, finally. I stopped the R life when it comes to The Sims, and I had it on Origin, and you know, I started playing the game in English then as well, and like that was a huge change, really, a huge shift. So on the screenshots that you will be seeing, of course, like the resolution is different because I had a different screen, but you can also see this resolution in my older videos, but also the graphics aren't the best on those screenshots because that was a time when my computer was barely living. It was a different computer than I have now, and I started this legacy challenge. It was the very first legacy challenge that I've ever made, by the way. I started it with the base game and Generations, even though I had other expansion packs. I only installed those two, and I had just a little bit of custom content, like 3 hairs or something, the story progression mod, and that was pretty much it. Now I play with a lot of other stuff too, although I do like to disable packs, like some of them. Play with only like 5 or 6 at a time. So after some time, I took care of my computer so I could add some things to the family. So you will see that there are some aspirations that are from other expansion packs as well. Yeah, maybe let's just dig in. Oh yeah, I have a gray UI. You will get the link in the description, but it's easily Googleable. It's just on Mod The Sims, so it's like, I Googled it, you can Google it, but you know, since I already Googled it, I can just as well give you the link. It's a recent thing for me, and I might change it back at some point. It's hard to say. So, maybe let's start from horses, because of course, there is a whole dynasty of horses again. 5 generations of horses. So there was Vectra and Snicker. Snicker was, wait... Since he is still alive, technically, that was just like breeding at the equestrian center. So there was Vectra, there was Quentin, there was Mosey, who disappeared. I have no memory of that horse. There was Leia, there was Troy. Troy is still alive, he is here. Orion and Diva. And there is also Scarlet, yes. I played with a different lifespan then, so the ages can be a little bit distorted, I guess. Where's Hannah? Okay, here. I think I got it. Yeah, okay, this is Hannah. So this is the founder. Yeah, the family tree is just absolutely crazy and massive. Most of it is just what story progression did. Now, again, pro tip from me. I probably talked about it a few times already, but that when you use story progression, don't have progression always enabled, because your game will be so full of sims that it will start to lag and like it will be super clogged up. If you're playing generationally, just enable story progression whenever you need for the newborn sim to have peers. So like when your sim is already in a relationship, so you know that they will get engaged and married and have a child pretty soon, then enable progression. And when you've had enough children in this generation, just disable it. Because you don't really need any other sims in between, really, right? So that's something I do now, definitely. And I didn't do back then, so there's like a lot of people here. So Hannah had 3 kids at the beginning. I don't know why I made so many kids, but anyway, probably because I only had boys and I wanted a girl probably. I think so. And this was an issue with story progression as well. I will show you a setting, just in case you don't know that, that if your sim is giving birth multiple times and it's always the same gender. Maybe I will show you that now because I will definitely forget. Then go to story progression. I think that's town options actually. Or maybe general. I get so lost in these mods. Options pregnancy, I think that is. Oh yeah, newborn gender. Set it to random because by default it's balanced. So technically, you will get a balanced number of both genders in the town, but very often it just leads to only one gender being born all the time in your family for some reason. Maybe it is a little bit glitched, I don't really know, or it's just bad luck with the balanced option, but just go with random and see where it goes. I think this also disables the ability to influence the gender by eating apples or watermelons. So also have that in mind. Especially the balanced setting definitely disables that, but I think the random too. So back to the tree. So Hannah was the founder. She was a bookworm, natural cook, clumsy, workaholic, and neat. And her name isn't exactly like just whatever came to my mind. At that time, I was watching Awkward, the show, 2014, right? So the main character's name was Jenna Hamilton. So I kind of divided the last name Hamilton and made it into Hannah Milton. You know, Hannah is one of my favorite names, so that was like an easy pick. So like this is the origin of the name, I guess. She married Connor Frio, of course, the ultimate crush of Sunset Valley, because this is Sunset Valley, I forgot to say. And they had 3 sons. One of them was the heir, and that was... Where's Jake? Where's Jake? Show me Jake. This is Jake. Oh, Hannah's lifetime want was to know a lot of recipes. She was a natural cook, so that made sense. So Jake was ambitious, friendly, light sleeper, bookworm, and artistic, and his lifetime want was to become a rock star, which he did. Since he wasn't a virtuoso, he was artistic, so like talented in many different things when it comes to art. He also painted a lot. I think some of his paintings are still in the house, but you can't really check who painted them, so I can't know for sure, but it's very possible. Also, when he retired, apparently he was also into writing books, which made a lot of sense since he was also a bookworm, and ambitious, you know. I only know this from the posts I found that I wrote my past self. I normally wouldn't absolutely remember that. Like, that's impossible. And Jake married Regina, who was a daughter of Ethan Bunch and Bebe Hart. And she was absolutely adorable. Like, she got all the best qualities from Ethan and Bebe. It was like wow. She was so cute. For a Sims 3 sim, of course. So they had Michael. And Michael's lifetime want was to be a 5-star chef. He was also a natural cook, like his grandma. A vegetarian, artistic like his dad, good, and a couch potato. In this generation, there was only one child, fortunately. I remember that there was a thing that both his parents were working late nights. Especially Jake, because he was in music. I can't remember what Regina was doing for a living. It was like he would come back from school and no one was home, and he was kind of lonely as a child sometimes, I guess. So Michael had 2 sons. There was Jim, who also has a whole line here that I have no doing in. Like, I don't even know who these people are. But the heir was actually Oscar. And Michael married Daisy Batchelor, who was a descendant of, very interesting people, really. Oh, what? Okay. I thought these people were VJ Alvey and Lisa Bunch, but they are completely different people. So Daisy was a descendant of Michael Batchelor, Tamara Donner, Xander Clavel, and Ayesha Ansari. So very interesting mix of genetics. She really looked like a bachelor though, but she was really beautiful. Very, very unique looking. She still had a lot of Michael Batchelor in her, and I really like that. So Oscar was grumpy, schmoozer, genius, loves the outdoors, and vegetarian again. He had quite a different personality from the other family members, like the other heirs, except the vegetarian trait. And he wanted to have the perfect mind and perfect body. And he also worked in police, I am pretty sure, which is, well, actually perfect for this lifetime want, I guess. And again, he had 2 kids. There was Senan and Melody, and those 2 you can actually maybe remember from the montages. Melody was absolutely iconic, and she was the heir, and Senan was also really nice. He worked in politics, and his name actually refers to that, because I remember that I asked for name propositions for him because I didn't really have any ideas, and someone, like in the Sims group, of course, and someone said that Senan is a nice name. I can't remember which country it comes from, but apparently it meant member of the Senate or something like that. So I was like, yeah, okay, his name can be Senan and he could be in politics. He was charismatic and a snob, so it kind of fits, and frugal. So Senan was in the house for a pretty long time, and he had his own thing going on. But his line didn't really last that long because his son didn't have any kids anymore. He moved out, he married someone, but he never had kids. I completely understand. So Senan was with Jodie, who had kind of a lot of disproportions in her face. She looked very strange in some places, I guess. Just a very complex mix of genes, I guess. So she comes from Mac-Irish and Steele families, from Madison Van Watson, and I said in my Polish video that her light red hair, kind of like strawberry blonde, came from the Mac-Irish family, but this is River, not Fiona. So River had like brown hair, right? So I think this color actually came from Madison. She has like this orangey blonde, right? So maybe that was that. Yeah, so this was like the other side of the family. And there was also Melody, who had a whole story of, being like a serial romancer for a while. I think I changed her lifetime want at some point from Heartbreaker to Golden Tongue, Golden Fingers, so like charisma and guitar. She was into music again. There were a lot of musicians in this family, which is totally normal for my gameplays. My boyfriend laughs that in every single of my Sims families, someone has to do something artistic. It doesn't have to be music, but just something. So she was a hopeless romantic, she was evil, virtuoso, good sense of humor, and flirty. She had a lot of boyfriends at the, early stage of her adulthood, and eventually she had a thing with Shannon Wan, who is from Wands and Keatons and the Andrewses and all these people. And he was really freaking handsome. And Jenna got his whole face, I think. Again, a reference to Awkward. Her name is Jenna, yes. She was the heir further from Melody, but also there was her twin sister, Jessica, who married someone and moved out at some point. She was in the fire department. Yeah, she was a firefighter. The twins looked completely different. Definitely Jessica was more similar to Melody. in many places. And their father also had like 2 other children somewhere. I don't know these people. So for a while, Melody was just alone with the kids, except that she had her brother, her sister-in-law, her parents in the house. Eventually, her last name was Montanez because she married when she was, let's say, about 50 years old, something like that, when her daughters were already teenagers, I think. But she didn't have any more kids after that. So Jenna was athletic, artistic, hopeless romantic, flirty, just like her mom, and excitable. And Jessica? Excitable, athletic, so they had 2 traits in common, which is very possible that I assigned them at birth to make them have the same personality when they started off, but they developed into kind of different people. Except that they were also both flirty. I do that with twins sometimes, that when they get born, they seem like they are exactly the same, but then they just learn different things and progress their personality in different directions. She was also a daredevil and rebellious. She did have a motorcycle and well, daredevil, so that was perfect for the firefighter career. Jenna was an acrobat, and she had the lifetime want of being like at the top of the acrobat career. And she actually did it. I was very surprised to see that her lifetime want was actually fulfilled, even though if it hadn't been fulfilled, then I would have kind of lost the challenge at that point. Although there is one lifetime want that I didn't fulfill in this family. We will get to that later. But yeah, I was like, whoa, that must have taken a lot of effort. I have no memory of that except for some performances that she did. Like, I remember something. I remember also her exercising the acrobat things. And I also remember that I was actually trying to send her to someone, like through the exchange, you can do that. Her stage name was June McFlexy. So I remember something, but I definitely don't remember getting that far in that career. So that's surprising, and I'm actually kind of proud of myself that I did that. So anyway, Jenna had 2 kids, Sharon and Tyler. And she had them with Jarrett, who was a land grab. I see a chimera sword kind of thing. I also had a setting at the beginning. It's the default setting that whenever Sims get married in other families due to story progression, they would get double names. I changed it later, but at least you can see who married whom. Like from the chimera sword or from the Mac-Irish steel. I don't really have that here, but it was there. Oh, a little bit from the Earth signs too. Jared Hatch Frio. Wow, he was with Emma. That's good to know. I mean, they work together, right? He works in culinary at the beginning of the game. Emma Hatch was Connor's sister-in-law, and I had no idea. Yeah, so like Jared was the grandchild of the unborn baby Ursine. That's pretty interesting. Oh my god, the unborns got together? The Keaton and the Ursine? That's so cute. That's precious. And this lady keeps making me think of Bella Goth. Well, Bella Bachelor, really. But she is so not her. She just looks like her, totally. Oh, because this is Bella, actually, her mother. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Jared was a grandchild of the unborns and Bella. And Malcolm Landgrab, of course. That's a lot of heritage. So Tyler, his lifetime want was to have the perfect private aquarium. So catch 13 different fish of perfect quality, I'm pretty sure. And he was athletic, an angler, of course, eco-friendly, good sense of humor, and clumsy. The clumsiness was probably in the way of his lifetime want, but he did pursue it. I am not sure if these fishes are still here. I could maybe look for them, especially that I will be showing you the house as well and stuff. So Tyler had 2 daughters, Lacey, which is again a reference to awkward. This is awkward because Jenna's mother was named Lacey, actually. Whatever. I get inspired by shows a lot. Okay. Try to search for the references to shows that I could have done. And her last name was McDermott because she married someone, but What? I can't see anyone here. Oh, that's actually Jolena. Why was her last name McDermott? No idea. She had 3 kids. Carrie, Lashanda, and Kirk. And she has a lot of grandkids, and even great-grandkids are already here, and I had nothing to do with this. Okay, all of her kids are with this guy, but she had the McDermott last name, even though this is not Riverview, so this is a total coincidence. But I don't know where the husband is or was or who he was, just nothing. She also has only 4 traits, which was a glitch sometimes that you would assign a new trait on the Sim's birthday and it would just not appear. And whenever you tried to change it with the cheat code, it would still not appear for some reason. Maybe it was just a visual bug, but I think it would appear in the family tree if it was only like a UI thing. So basically she had 4 traits, even though she was an adult at some point in her life. And there was also Emma. And Emma was the heir, but also I want to talk about the mother of the girls. Her name was Paige Bunch. She definitely was a descendant of the Bunch family, even though I do see... Oh, what? I thought that was the lady who looked like Bella. Oh, that's... What? That's the daughter of the daughter. So, there were 3 generations of Bella, pretty much, because this is the same face all over again. But it stopped at some point. Okay, and I got lost. No, wait. Her last name was Alvi, not Bunch. Her son's name was Bunch because she had a son before Tyler got to her. She was in a relationship with this old guy or something, and I just waited for the guy to die or whatever. So Tyler kind of adopted 3 here. And also there was this thing... I remember that very well, that when she first gave birth, I think Tyler was actually there because I think she started labor when they were together, when they were meeting up. And when she first gave birth to the kid, his name was Dmitry, like a Russian name. And then I think I visited her or looked in the family tree or something, and suddenly the kid's name was different. It was 3 and it stayed this way, and I wasn't sure if I saw that right because it was just why did it change? Tell me if you've ever had that happen, because it could be a story progression mod thing, but it was so weird. I was super sure that this kid's name at first was Dmitry when she left the hospital with him. But anyway, he actually was invited to our family. Then he moved out and moved on with his life. So he was a half brother of the girls. And Paige had a very nice face, and almost the whole face passed on Emma. And Emma also had very interesting features. I feel like it would be nice to have her somewhere again, recreate this sim, save her and, make her into a completely new sim, because I really liked her narrow nose, big eyes, and as narrow nose, I mean not a tiny Barbie nose, but a very pointy, very narrow, kind of like a beaky nose. It was very nice. And kind of heart-shaped lips. I really liked what she looked like. So Emma was easily impressed, charismatic, daredevil, star quality, and loves the outdoors. Her lifetime want was super popular. She wanted to have 20 friends, or 20 best friends. I can't remember exactly what this lifetime want says, but this is the time when I didn't actually fulfill the lifetime want, even though it wasn't really that hard of a lifetime want. But I think I just got into Anthony's thing pretty soon. So in this generation, again, I wanted to say I had 1 child. Oh, okay, Rochelle is Jared's child from another relationship. Yeah, with story progression that happened a lot. This is proof that I had progression enabled all the freaking time. Because people would get into relationships and have babies before I even started looking for anyone. Jared was really nice though. He had such a wide face. Like he had super Chad kind of face. And actually Anthony also has this jaw, I think. We can look into that. Anthony is still an adult, technically, but I have the mod concert age that makes, like, if you enable it for a certain sim, they will get gray hair very gradually, and they will also get wrinkles gradually and stuff like that. It's a very cool mod. I totally recommend. Also, I will put a link in the description. Because I don't know if I ever mentioned this mod, and I've been using it for like forever, pretty much. So Anthony was a genius, snob, virtuoso again, because again, he was a musician, insane and rebellious. So he kind of looks like a rock star, even though he isn't one. Actually, I do think that Anthony is kind of a failure. I was pretty sure that his lifetime want was the one sim band, or something that has anything to do with music or having a band, because he had a band. Actually, Brandy, his wife, was part of that band at some point. But at this moment, he's like, I don't know, like 62 years old, and he's only a fan in the music career on the very first level. And he actually wants to swim in cash. Well, he is rich, because this is like a generational kind of money. But they don't really have a lot on hand. And swimming in cash is wanting to have 50,000 on hand. So good luck with that, Anthony. So Anthony is generation 9, and in generation 10 we have Astonica and Melissa. Astonica's name also comes from a proposition from someone in the Sims group. I really like this name, and it also made me think of music, because Tonica made me think of music. And that's probably because I gave her the vocal legend aspiration, and she is in the singing career. So she is natural born performer, diva, easily impressed, neat, and virtuoso. She has a boyfriend, but I don't really know what I will be doing with this. Like, I haven't played this in at least 7 years. It has been in this stage for the longest time, but I do think about playing this family again and maybe progressing it a little bit more. And Melissa is clumsy, equestrian, bookworm. That sounded like a warm book. Bookworm? Yeah, like the pronunciation is slightly different. It's hard to say the difference. Insane and vegetarian. And she has the equestrian lifetime want, like, you know, make money out of horses. So we have 4 horses. And Brandy is a dog person, so we have a dog too. His name is Biscuit. So that's it. I was thinking that Astonica would be the heir of this family now, but like at 10 generations, at the 10th generation being a young adult, I didn't really see much point in continuing. Like, I felt like I finished the legacy challenge, so I just stopped playing. Actually, 10 generations is as far as I've ever gotten when it comes to the number of generations in a family, and that's probably why I'm thinking of going a little bit further with this. So yeah, as you can see, Anthony wants to swim in cash, and he barely has... What? Oh yeah, there's a glitch in this lifetime one that it says have 95,000 simoleons, but the counting thing says 50. This is a very glitched lifetime one, because I think the number in the description actually changes sometimes. Like sometimes it can be 35, but still it will show 50 in the counting. It's like, it's so weird. So the house. Okay, it really stopped lagging this much. I couldn't even like move the camera too smoothly because it would be so heavy. Now I can actually do stuff after that reset. That's perfect. Okay, so this house is, it really shows my love towards diagonal walls. I love them. So this house is pretty much built from diagonal walls in most places. It's kind of like a corner house. It's quite symmetrical, but it's not like a square symmetrical, you know? That's really a lot of windows. We really need so many windows. Anyway, now that I look at it, it's such a strange project. Such a strange blueprint. Oh, there are the fish. There are only 2 of them. And this is it's very possible that this is Jake's painting. Does it say anything when you view it? That would be nice. But I don't think it... Oh, it actually does! I didn't know that! I didn't remember that! I probably knew that at some point in my life, but... Okay, we need to check now. Oh, it's starting to lag again. I do have the smooth patch, though. And this picture here is, oh man, wait. Oh god. I have no control over the movement of the camera. I'm trying to, but it's freaking hard. So anyway, this prom picture shows the 2nd generation, but this was Jake's brother, Walter. I didn't mention him. This was the firstborn of the 2nd generation, really. And this is... her last name was Kimura Sword again. I can't remember her first name, but they ended up being like endlessly engaged. This is also something that I know from a post that I dug up. This is something that happens with the story progression, really. That when you already have a relationship made by you and you leave those Sims alone, they will probably never like go further with this relationship if there is a way to go further. So they were just engaged their whole life and they had like 2 or 3 kids. Ghosts. Okay, Jenna also... Oh, okay. I think this is Jake's, probably. The one that cost 6,800 something. I can't move it. Not this, so it has to be this. Okay. There are a lot of paintings made by Sims here, and different Sims made them. Okay, so the spaces in this house are too big. All of them are like triangles, so that's weird. I like this hall here. It's quite nice, but there isn't really like a normal living room in this house. I could have made it less triangle-y and actually try to like make it look normal or something. Who is this though? Oh, this is Melody and her high school boyfriend. We have a small pet bed, but we don't have any small dogs or cats. Okay, then. We also have this, and we don't have any toddlers, but I just never changed it into a different room. It might be useful in the nearest future. So yeah, if I were to play here again, I would redo this whole house because I like the outside of it. I like the idea, like the shape overall, but I would change so many things inside. I think everyone had a shorter or longer period of making definitely too big rooms in The Sims. I don't know, like worried that Sims wouldn't get through or something. Yeah, like this bedroom, why is it so long? It doesn't have to be this big. It could be smaller by half and still have enough space to put all this stuff here. And that's way too many windows. Wait, what does it look like when you change the lighting to daylight? Well, okay, it's well lit at least, but I don't know. I think I would change a lot. Especially that now I try to avoid this, that, you know, counters are crossing windows like that. I would probably use shorter windows or just remove those windows. So yeah, there's a lot to change in this house. I like this study though, and this guitar I'm pretty sure belonged to Jake. There's no way of checking that. But I think this is like a rock star memoir kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure that he actually played this guitar. I think I see it. Kind of like a relic of the Milton family. I don't know why this is here because it doesn't match anything in this bathroom. Although, well, this bathroom is actually quite decent, but also very, very, very big. I like the mirror wall though, to make it look even bigger. And this bathtub is absolutely amazing. Where is it from? Probably like Master Suite? I'm not sure. So this could have been a replacement for something else, I think. So this is Astonika's room. This is Melissa's room. This is Anthony and Brandy's bedroom, and this bedroom here is now like a guest room, I guess, because no one is really using it. And this is like a baby room that also no one is using. I kind of like this bathroom because it has like this thing here. I did remember that somehow, but this is like just the toilet, and you can actually pass here to the bigger bathroom, but you can also just like go here, the other person goes here, and it's somewhat private, let's say, with the curtains and the thingies. So I actually think this is quite a nice idea, even though this doesn't really go that well together because it comes through. But yeah, but this is a thing I did, that there's a passage, but also there's a double door. So 2 people can technically use those 2 separate bathrooms because this door works like a door, so Sims won't get embarrassed or anything. And you can also use it whole as a huge bathroom. I do like the yard though, I gotta say. This is like a horse space. I would probably build over this just for winter. They have a very nice pool and hot tub and stuff here, and like a bar. A very nice hangout place. They even have a water slide they almost never use. They have a sandbox and a tree house, and just like family time / kids fun. There's a little tiny garden in here right next to the house. It's fenced, and at some point someone was really using that, but it's not really that much anymore because no one is really interested in gardening now, I think. I have a memory that Joelle, Oscar's wife, was probably into gardening. That was generation 4. 3 bikes, and 2 of them are for kids, so no one is using them at this moment. And a little balcony where Michael and Daisy got married, and it was really nice. This house has been looking very similarly for like 6 generations, I think. I also don't like that this computer is in the hall. Like, couldn't I just expand this study and like, you know, like make space for this computer there instead of it being for everyone to look at, that you're looking at stupid stuff on the computer? The lot ends here, and like here, like the forest continues kind of, and like the forest is on their lot a little bit too. So that's quite nice. They also have a pond where probably Tyler was fishing a lot. There's only so much that he could fish in a pond like that, but still he was probably like exercising here, learning how to fish. Hey, Biscuit. He's just lying on trying to sleep with his eyes open. Okay, then. Just there on the bench. There's too much happening in the house. There's too many horses just horsing around. So we have cars. This I would probably get rid of because anyone who worked in the police was Jared, who was Anthony's father. Oh, I wanted to look at the jaw. So he's dead already, so I think the police car doesn't make much sense to be here because this is like a work car. Maybe someone else should use it or something. If you sell it, it's for 0 simoleons, so you don't really get like extra money for it, so that's cool. Let's change his hair so that I can see his face. Yeah, he does have a jaw, definitely. So I want to mention just in case that when I started with this family, Hannah didn't have anything. She had this huge lot all to her, but she only had like a bed and a toilet or something, because that's how you should technically start the legacy challenge, and I love that. I love not having money in The Sims. I hate that in real life, obviously. And I'm also glad that they have this huge house, but not really that much money on hand, even though Anthony is very close to not fulfilling his lifetime want. I can still change it though, and maybe try to do something else with him, like the one sim band that I mentioned. I think that would be really nice for him to play some instruments. He can't play the piano, right? So he will have to learn. He is level 10 at drums and level 9 at guitar, and only level 1 at bass. And he doesn't know any piano, so I would have to like really get him to work to finish this lifetime want, but I think it might be easier than the swimming in cash. Although when I sell a bunch of stuff in this house, when I remodel it, maybe we will get closer to that. Hard to say. Oh, we also have this. Right. Probably Jenna needed it. There are a lot of things that are just like in the memory of some Sims. Also, I didn't really show you the graveyard that much. That in-memory thing reminded me that Melody actually has a guitar by her grave. So the three, like, bigger graves, let's say, sarcophagus, whatever, are the first 3 generations. In the middle, there's Hannah and Connor. Here we have Jake and Regina, and here there's Michael and Daisy. And further, we have Melody, so it goes like on the left, it continues here. So there's Melody and Buck. Oh, Buck actually has his own grave. That's nice. Oh yeah, because Melody never actually moved out. She married Buck Montanez, just like a random sim, and they lived here, I think. There's Shannon and Jody, because Shannon also never really moved out, right? Wow, that must have been a lot of people to take care of. There's Jared and Emma. What? Jared and Emma? What is the order of those graves? Wait, because I have Jenna here. Jenna and Jared. This is generation 6. This is generation 7 or 8. No, that's 8, I think. Yeah, because Emma was Anthony's mother. Oh, wait a minute. It's not in order at all, because Melody was generation 5, Michael was generation 3, so Oscar is generation 4 and he's here. Is it like right, left or something? I have no idea, because there's Oscar, there's Melody, there's Jenna, but there's also Shannon and Jody, which were the same generation as Melody. After Jenna, we had Tyler, and he's not on that side. So it's, no, okay, it's messy. It's super messy. I'm embarrassed. Okay, so I think that's it. It's been a lot of time. I hope you looked how long this is before you clicked on the video and committed to watching it. Also, sorry to take so much of your time talking about a Sims family. Or maybe I'm not, I don't know. Like, you're the one who clicked on the video. Is there anything else that I want to point out here? Anything? Because if I make an hour-long video about this family and forget about something, like, that's ridiculous. Oh, Anthony actually paints as well. This is something he started. Very beautiful. He's level 1 at painting. He just took it up. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. So this is the legacy challenge I did in The Sims 3 a few years ago. I am still super nostalgic about this save file because it's like... I think this is like the most epic save file I have, and also a lot of people were engaged in it when I was playing the family. It even earned a few videos on the channel, so it's like, it's something. So thank you for listening to all of this. That was a lot. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Like the video, and see you in the next one. Bye!